Christina Warren with Mashable.com, and we are going to take a look at some of the biggest new features in iOS 6. The iPhone 5 doesn't come out until Friday, but if you have an iPhone 4, iPhone 4S, iPad 2, or the new iPad or an iPod Touch, you can go ahead and update to iOS 6 now and get a lot of those new features. So the biggest new feature that Apple has added to iOS 6 is they have replaced Google Maps with their own brand new mapping app. So as you can see, the icon is a little bit different than it was before, and tapping on it brings up a new view. And this shows off this new Apple created mapping system. They're using OpenStreetMap as well as data from Yelp, Waze, and a couple of other services to provide insights. Now, the regular mapping view looks good, but what really looks nice is if you go into the satellite view, which in cities such as New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and London has a 3D look. So as you can see here, it takes a little bit of time to pop up, but you can get these really kind of beautiful 3D maps that are photorealistic, and it's kind of like you're flying in a video game. So this is our office right here, and as you can see, you can even focus in on a movie poster as it was being painted, which is when this image was captured, which is kind of fun. So this is the new mapping app. One of the downsides is while it can do turn-by-turn navigation, voiced by Siri, and it can do walking directions, if you want to do transit directions, you have to download a third-party app from the App Store. And right now, there aren't a lot of apps available. Right now, it's giving us no matches for routing apps. So for right now, you're going to have to use a third-party app like Nextstop or Hopstop if you want to use transit directions. One of the other new features with iOS 6 is something called Passbook. And Passbook is kind of a place where you can store your cards, your plane tickets, movie tickets, Starbucks, etc. And so if you have an app that supports Passbook, it'll show you an option to save to Passbook, and then when you open it up, you see what's being saved. As you can see here, I've got tickets to see the Birds tonight at a movie theater nearby, and my ticket is right here. There's even an option where it'll show it on the lock screen when I'm within the vicinity of the theater, which makes it easy so I don't even have to open up the app. If my lock screen is showing, the QR code will be there and I can go ahead and scan my ticket. That's a new feature. It's going to work with a lot more apps. I think Walgreens, a couple of airlines, and Fandango work for now. We're expecting Starbucks and more retailers to support the feature in the future. In the past, Siri could answer certain questions, do certain features, but it couldn't do a lot of actions. But now I can, for instance, say, tweet, I am doing this on video.
Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, I sent it.
When are the Jets playing?
Okay, sports fans, let's take a look. The Jets-Dolphins game is Sunday at 1 p.m.
So you can get sports information. You can also get recommendations for restaurants nearby and even book restaurants using OpenTable. You can also do the traditional things, asking about the weather, getting locations, sending text messages, setting alarms, and reminders. Another new feature is that in addition to sending tweets, you can also update your Facebook status. And the Facebook status is part of the new broader system-wide integration with Facebook in iOS. In the past, you were able to tweet from within iOS. Now you can also post to Facebook. This is a system-wide menu, so you can post this from anywhere, but also within a lot of applications, there's the ability to share to Facebook, whether it's a photo, a web link, or even apps in the App Store. So Facebook integration is pretty tight throughout the entire system. What's nice is that if you want, you can actually manage your Facebook calendar and contacts and have them merge with those in iOS. However, if you don't want that to happen, you can just turn those features off. So no one is forced to have their contacts on Facebook merged with iOS, but if you want to, it's an option. If you want to search your contacts and see if they have Facebook profiles, you can do that too. Another new feature is with photos. There's a new photo stream which is similar to the existing photo stream, which is a collection of your last 1,000 photos across your iDevices. But now you can actually share photos with select individuals. So I've shared this photo, for instance, of a beer that I had last night with Stephanie Haberman, who sits next to me, and she was able to reply. But I could also have a set of photos going to my mom, to my husband, or to other coworkers, and you can make these private little mini groups where everyone can see and comment on photos. It's kind of like a private photo sharing network. So if you don't want to use something like Instagram or Facebook, you can just have your own private photo library, and that's actually pretty nice. Aside from the big Facebook integration, the new maps, photo stream, and Siri improvements, as well as Passbook, there are a couple of other modifications that have come around to to the browser mobile Safari. You can sync your tabs across devices, so I can see what tabs are open on my MacBook Air, my iMac, and on my iPad. And I can also have my reading list sync across those devices. On the iPhone, there's also the option now when you put it in landscape to view things full screen. So it gives you a little more screen real estate. Where we think this is really going to come in handy is when you're talking about the new iPhone 5, which has the bigger 4-inch wider display. So for people who want to be able to see more of the screen, that might be a really nice option. There's a lot more in iOS 6. We don't have time to go through it now, so be sure to check out Mashable.com for more information, reviews, and details about how you can get the most out of the new OS. This is Christina Warren from Mashable.com.